Texas is getting to host the NCAA women's tournament on their home court. Yep, you heard that right. The one of the number one seeds, I think that they should be considered the second number one seed, but they're considered the third, are hosting at their home court, and they're going to be playing the eight-seeded Oregon Ducks, who just put away Virginia Tech. Now that was a pretty good game. Texas just put away Missouri State. Now, let me tell you something. I actually happen to like Missouri State a little bit. Um, they've got some good players. I love Kamen Beckemeyer uh, on that team. Just amazing player. But they're going to be playing against each other. Vic Schaefer, who, okay, Sam Houston State, when they were in the Southland, he didn't get them very good. But then he moved to Mississippi State, became the runner up twice for the NCAA tournament championship. Literally came in second 2 years in a row. Went to the Elite Eight with them, went to the Sweet 16 with them another year. Now he's moved on to Texas. He's taken them to the Elite Eight three times, taken them to the Final Four once, and that was last year. And this year, they're number one seed again. They have beaten UCLA this year. They have beaten South Carolina 2 out of 3 times that they've played. They're the SEC champions. They are an amazing team. Now, Kelly Graves took St. Mary's. He was there at or let me make sure of something here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Took St. Mary's in his 3 years there, had 3 winning seasons, took them to the NCAA first round, took them to the at the time WNIT first round, then moved on to Gonzaga, built that team up. They had 2 losing seasons his first 2 seasons there. Got them to the WNIT, got them all the way to the second round a couple of times. Then he started getting them into the NCAAs. Got to the Sweet 16 a few times, got them to the Elite Eight. Then he got hired by Oregon. He's taken Oregon all the way up to the Final Four. Got them to the Elite Eight, got them to the Sweet 16, got them to the Grade 8 in the WNIT, got them to the second round last year. In other words, these are 2 great teams and 2 great coaches. Oregon is 23-12. Texas is 32-3. They're 19-0 at home. Oregon is 6-5 in away games, and that's very important in this game. These are 2 power teams. They are, but Texas is kind of on the elite side. So we're going to take a look at this though by the numbers because Oregon could be a problem, especially with Kelly Graves as their head coach. So let's get into it. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics, do a little basketball, and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it. Okay, since Oregon is both the lower seeded and the visitors, they score on average 74.7 points a game. They allow 64.4 points a game, 45.2 field goal percentage, 77.6 free throw percentage. They're 19th in the nation on that one. 34.2 3-point percentage. They make 6.73 points a game. 17 assists a game. They work well together. 32.1 defensive rebounds in a game. Little 14.7 turnovers. Little high. 3.7 block shots a game. That's a little low. And they steal the ball 10.3 times a game. You've got to pay attention to Katie Fiso. She's in the game 32 minutes, 15.3 points. She leads in points and assists. 3.5 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 1.4 steals, 0.2 blocks, 3.9 turnovers, though. 48.2 field goal percentage, but 24.4 3-point percentage, 81.5 free throw percentage. Mia Jacobs, 26.8 minutes, 12.6 points a game, 5.3 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 1.3 steals, 0.4 blocks, 2.5 turnovers, though. 41.1 field goal percentage, 35.5 3-point percentage, and 83.3 free throw percentage. Ias Atuti, who leads in rebounds and blocks. She's a forward. 23.6 minutes a game, 12.6 points, 8.9 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1.3 steals, 0.8 blocks, 2.1 turnovers, 53.2 field goal percentage, 100% 3-point percentage, and 72.7 free throw percentage. Straight up shooter. This both sides of the ball. She's important. I also have the top 3 players turning over the ball way too much. Elisa Medius, 22 minutes a game, 12.5 points, 1.5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2.5 steals. She is probably not going to be in this game, though. 0.5 blocks. Really good at shooting. Sophia Bell, who is probably going to be in this game, 30.9 minutes, 7 points, 2.6 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 1.7 steals, 0.6 blocks, 0.9 turnovers, 39.9 field goal percentage, 36.4 3-point percentage, and 76.5 free throw percentage. Ari Long, a guard, has got the most steals with 1.9 a game. She also contributes 6.5 points. I'm looking at this team. Their top 3 players turn over the ball way too much. I mean, exceedingly way too much. Decent shooting. They've got a few weaknesses in their shooting, though. Rebounding decently, working as a team decently, but still, those turnovers way too scary. Blocks could be far better. It really could. And like I said, I don't think that Alicia Medius will be in this game, but sadly, she could probably make up a difference. This is they've got a lot of strengths, but they've also got some weaknesses that can be exploited. Now, Texas Longhorns, 85 points a game on average. They're 7th in the nation on that. 50% field goal percentage. They're 5th in the nation on that. 72.4 free throw percentage. By the way, they allow 56.3 points a game. 33.9 3-point percentage. 4.3 3-points made a game. They're not really caring about the 3-pointers. 18.1 assists a game. They're 14th in the nation on that one. 34.9 defensive rebounds. 11.4 turnovers a game. They're 12th in the nation on that stat. 4.9 block shots a game. They're 24th in the nation on that one. And 11.8 steals a game. Now, if you're going to talk about this team, you got to talk Madison Booker and Lori Harmon. Madison Booker, 32.5 minutes. She's forward, 18.9 points, 6.5 rebounds, 3.8 assists, 2.3 steals, 0.7 blocks, 2.2 turnovers. Considering all she does, not bad. Could be a little bit better on that one. 51.6 field goal percentage, but 29.4 3-point percentage. 85.9 free throw percentage. Jordan Lee, 32 minutes a game, 13.2 points, 2.6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.6 steals, zero point 0.6 blocks, 1.4 turnovers, 42.1 field goal percentage, 36% 3-point percentage, and 75.8 free throw percentage. Kyla Oldacre, their center, leads in blocks. 21.2 minutes, 10.5 points, 6.2 rebounds, 0.6 assists, 1.2 steals, 1.1 blocks, 1.3 turnovers, 62.8 field goal percentage, doesn't shoot three-pointers, 68.8 free throw percentage. Aaliyah Klump, 17.5 minutes, 9.2 points, 2.3 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 0.9 steals, 0.2 blocks, 0.9 turnovers, 42.7 field goal percentage, 31.7 3-point percentage, and 76.5 free throw percentage. Let me tell you, Roy Harmon, though, is somebody also that you have to pay attention to, and I didn't cover her because she's down on the list of scores. She leads in assists and steals, 6.2 assists, 2.7 steals. She is a floor general. Now, she contributes 8.4 points a game with 45.3 field goal shooting and 40.9 3-point shooting and 73.8 free throw shooting. This team is elite in several categories and really freaking good in others. I mean, they work really well as a team. Limited in turnovers, which is really strong. Good blocks. Madison Booker is offensively minded, but she also gets those rebounds when she needs to, can get steals at a good rate. So she's both sides of the ball. Kyla Oldacre being what she is, defensive dynamo that can also score. They only have 3 players in double digits, but the way that they play, they get the ball to the right people at the right time. So a lot of intelligent shooting here. 3 points could be a little bit better on that side of things, but when you've got the defense that they do, the teamwork that they do, the rebounding ability that they do, you can go with spreading out who's scoring, which is really key. And especially when you have somebody like Rory Harmon backed up by Madison Booker, those two do so much. The experts at ESPN give Texas a 95% chance to win this game, Oregon a 5% chance. Yeah, that's probably pretty much it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Oregon, Katie Fazo, amazing. ES, two, amazing. But, and I mean, they've got some really good scores on this team. Texas is just burning everything down when they face people. Madison Booker doing amazing on both sides of the ball. Kyle Oldacre doing the same. Rory Harmon may not score that much, but dear Lord, is she controlling the floor. They control the floor on both sides of the ball, which is key. Oregon has a lot of strength. They do. But they've got a lot of weaknesses in this. A lot of their shooting is not as well thought out as it should be. They're forcing it a lot of times when they shouldn't. Issa Tootie doing what she does as a forward is really amazing, especially with their shooting percentages. But they also turn over the ball way too much, which means they aren't in control as much as they need to be. 3.9 turnovers a game for Katie Fazo is just not acceptable, especially for somebody as key to this team as she is. Now, she's a sophomore. She's still learning. Against Virginia Tech, she scored 22 points, had 3 rebounds, 4 assists on 35 minutes. So, that's very key. But, and then you also have Ia Satudi. She had a double double, 11 points, 11 rebounds, 23 minutes, one assist. They've got a team, but there's just something that either they're not gelling correctly or they just keep don't know how not to make mistakes at the wrong times. Kelly Graves is a great coach. He probably will, if this team stays together next year, which the way these mercenary players are doing, probably not. But if they stay together next year, this will change quickly. It will. I think Ari Long should have had a little bit more exposure, but her getting almost 2 steals a game is really amazing. She's getting decent rebounds, but she's just not scoring because she's not making the smart shots. This team just, that's why, this is a hook 'em game. Hook 'em horns on this one. That's what I'm seeing here. This has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a great day now. Bye. Hey, folks, before you leave, if you're can't become a member via my YouTube channel, which that's for my thinker. I've also got sports. I've got a Patreon. If you really, really want to help me out, I would be much appreciated. But hey, hitting like, hit subscribe, hit commenting, all those things really help me out. Have a good day.